Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video is a little bit different and I want to touch on something. It's quite different for our channel maybe, but it definitely relates to what we wear and how we kind of present ourselves to the world, and that is money mindset. So today I have 5 tips on how we can improve our money mindset utilizing our wardrobe to do so. So my first tip is to set a budget when it comes to shopping and spending money on clothing items, shoes, accessories, those kinds of areas. When we spend money we don't have on these things, it can create a lot of guilt within us if we kind of had that money set aside for something else and then we end up spending it on clothes. And guilt is one of the lowest vibrational frequencies that you could feel. So we want to get rid of that guilt, even if your budget is only like £10 a month, £20 a month, whatever that is. Just set a little budget for yourself if you want to shop. If you don't have any budget that month, just say, I won't be shopping this month. There's no budget for it. But at least it means that the next month you can try and accommodate a little bit of budget. If there's something you want to buy, if you need a few items for holidays, or, if it's something, a special occasion coming up, or whatever it is that you need that for, that you need that purchase for, just make sure you allocate budget to it, because once you've given yourself that money that you're saying, whether it's 10, 20, 50, £100 towards, clothing and things like that, once you spend that money, there's no guilt because you're not thinking, oh, but I should have used that for my bills, or I should have used it for something else, because you have allocated it already. You know you can afford it. And it just feels a little bit more of a treat, and it feels a little bit more lighthearted to shop from that kind of way. So set yourself a budget, get rid of the guilt around spending money, and that will just kind of change your mindset around when you're spending it. When you're spending money, you want to feel good about it. You want to feel like excited, and you want to feel that abundance, like you're enjoying spending your money. And feeling guilty is just kind of making you feel even less wealthy and even more broke. So get rid of the guilt, set a budget. Number 2 is an easy one. It's an easy one, but it's not one that we always think of, and that is to be grateful for what we have already. So if we want more abundance in our life, be grateful for the money you have already in your bank account that you can, pay your bills with, or buy food with, or whatever, that you kind of have rent money, mortgage money, whatever that is. Same with your wardrobe. If you can get into a practice of everything that you have in your wardrobe to be grateful for. So every day you're getting dressed, and this is a really simple way, it doesn't take any extra time, but it's a really simple way to generate a bit more gratitude in your day. And gratitude is one of the highest vibrational frequencies. So it is like the best feeling to be in, when you feel grateful for what you already have. And when you're grateful for what you already have, the universe will give you more. So as you're getting dressed every day, try this tomorrow. As you're getting dressed, every item you put on your body, say thank you for that item. Be so grateful that you have it, because at one point you had the money for it, or someone gifted it to you, and you brought that into your life. And just be grateful that you have that thing. Be grateful you even have clothes to put on your body. Be grateful that you have, a really cozy jumper to lounge around in. Be grateful that you've got shoes that are comfortable. Be grateful that you've got, jewelry to put on that maybe was handed down by a relative or something, that you've got that to remember them by. Just feel that gratitude for everything that you have on your body. And if you just do this, it takes as long as it takes to get dressed, basically. And we get dressed every single day. Even if it's when we're getting dressed in for our pajamas, just be like, I'm so grateful that I have these cozy pajamas to go to bed in. If you're getting dressed to go to the gym, I'm so grateful that I have this, really comfortable activewear to go to the gym in. Just, you can kind of do this multiple times in the day, depending on how often you get changed. But just try and incorporate this gratitude practice into your day. And I'm going to try as well, because it's not something that I do all the time, but it's definitely something I want to get more into, is appreciating what I already have instead of always looking for the next best purchase. Tip number 3 is to make small incremental changes in how you spend your money within your wardrobe. So this is a tip that I got from Denise Duffield Thomas in her book, Get Rich Lucky Bitch. If you haven't read it and you want to work on your money mindset, I would highly recommend Denise's book. And her tip was basically to start making small incremental changes in how you spend your money. So, for example, within your wardrobe, if you usually buy your basics in Primark, maybe try shopping in M&S instead, or if that's too much of a jump. I'm not really sure how much basics are in M&S, but you know what I mean? It's just spending a couple of extra pounds or a couple of extra euros or whatever it is, dollars, on something. If it's even as simple, I think the example that Denise gives is your underwear. So if you buy your underwear somewhere really cheap, or like in like Tesco's when you're doing your food shop and you just pick stuff up in like F&F at Tesco or something, and you're buying that real budget stuff, just go like one step further. So maybe, like I said, M&S. I feel like it's slightly better. It's not about going from Primark all the way to, buying Chanel. It's just about making those small little changes. But if you are someone who has shopped at that really low price before, just buying something that's slightly more expensive actually just feels really good. But it just make sure it's still within your budget. But again, it's just going to make you feel a little bit better. And then when you go to put that on, you're going to feel even more gratitude. And you see how these tips kind of all kind of go together as well. Tip number 4 is to have more quality items in your wardrobe over quantity. So it's about having more things that you can really, really love and cherish and enjoy wearing, and that are good quality and that look like they're good quality. They're good quality fabrics that look a little bit more expensive as well, than having loads and loads of stuff but everything looks a little bit more cheap because maybe it is. So these would be things like, and secondhand shopping as well is a great way to do this if you want to incorporate a bit of like 100% silk, 100% cashmere, 100% wool, these kinds of luxurious fabrics into your wardrobe, but you can't do it at regular full price. Or maybe you can afford it, it just doesn't feel, your money mindset, it just doesn't feel good to spend money on, or so much money on clothing. You feel like you don't deserve it, or you feel like it's wasteful, or that you might need that money again in the future, or whatever it is that is in your kind of money mindset blocks. Just go shop secondhand. Things are a little bit more affordable there. You can try apps like Depop, Vintage. You can go to charity shops. You can go on eBay. There are so many different ways to shop secondhand, vintage shops and everything like that. But just there are slightly more affordable ways to get those quality items. But again, choosing to buy quality items over quantity. Instead of going shopping with £100 and you buy 5 items for £20 each in Zara, maybe you go and you take your £100 and you might buy one really good quality basic top for like 20 quid, which might be a bit expensive for a basic, but it's a good quality one. It's going to wash well and hold its shape. And then you spend the other 80 on like just something that's also really high quality. So you've got really, 2 really high quality items versus 5 kind of okay items. And that leads me on to my final tip, number 5, which is dressing like the wealthy version of you. What does the future wealthy version of you look like? What are they wearing? How are they showing up for themselves? How are they showing up in the world? How are they carrying themselves? What shoes do they wear? What makeup do they wear? How do they do their hair? What jewelry are they wearing with their outfits? How are they paying attention to detail? For me, when I envision my wealthy self, I think of, a really nice pair of tailored trousers and a kind of a nice blouse, maybe something like this, which is why I'm wearing it today, to feel like my wealthy self. Um, and I just feel like, head to toe, like neutral outfits just feel really like posh and give me those wealthy vibes. So I'm trying to wear more of that in my wardrobe. And if the wealthy version of you wears higher quality pieces, then you're going to want to refer to tip number 4. But it's so easy to go on Pinterest or Instagram or wherever you like to find your inspiration and just create a board that has all these outfits and inspiration and, something to aspire to. It doesn't have to happen overnight that you completely change your wardrobe, because it's totally unrealistic and our style just doesn't move that quickly. But if you can just kind of look within your own wardrobe, see what's in there that you could piece together these kind of more wealthy looking outfits. Sometimes it could be just a case of, for me, if I grabbed a load of neutrals and paired them all together, pair my neutral tops, my neutral bottoms, instead of always pairing my neutrals with a darker bottom, that kind of like, it's just an example, but it's not about buying more things. It's just about wearing the best pieces within your wardrobe, which also is kind of like a side point, but don't save your best pieces for best. Wear them today, wear them tomorrow, wear them to work, wear them to brunch, wear them on date night. Don't just save them for like when you've got a special occasion coming up. If it's something that makes you feel so good when you wear it, make sure you wear it often enough to feel those good energies, good vibrations. Feeling nice fabric on your skin just feels so good. And that's what we want in our wardrobe, is to just feel really, really good. And when you've got your wealthy future you outfit on, another Denise Duffield Thomas tip, but look in the mirror and say, this is what a wealthy woman looks like. I hope those tips will be helpful. Sometimes it can be hard to kind of incorporate everything into your life all at once, but if you even do those little, gratitude practice when you're getting dressed tomorrow, or starting next time you need to buy underwear, say, could I buy a slightly more elevated version of this for maybe a couple of extra pounds? Would that make me feel so much better? And then every time you go to put them on, you just feel better. Some of my best underwear is M&S, and I'm so happy I bought it from there. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. It was a little bit short and sweet, but I hope you got lots of benefit out of it. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next weekend.